Hello everyone and welcome back to Revival Tournaments. This is Gold Mason back for the last round 1 play-ins match. We got Vermilion Gangsta, also known as Vion, versus OJR. It's going to be an exciting match. OJR's got a great custom. Love that. Love Fire Emblem. Let's hop into it. We got Regirock versus Skarmory. Probably favors the Regirock, but the Skarmory, but there's a Magneton, as is standard with Regirock teams. Goodbye Skarmory. And we've got Salamence in. Regirock is going to come back in on a flamethrower. Critical hit probably doesn't matter that much. Here's the boom. Goodbye Claydol. And Salamence is going to come back out against another Salamence. We already know OJR's is probably a Dragon Claw variant. So Magneton's going to come in on the Dragon Claw. Probably be sacked off here. Oh, in an Endure. On the flamethrower, no burn. Here's the Salac Berry, and Magneton's going to get some extra value here. There is a Blissey though, so not as much value as Vion would have hoped for, but Magneton can be a Spike Sack later. Metagross is going to get a nice Meteor Mash off on Salamence, my god. 72%. Magneton will be Spike Sacked, and we see Celebi come in on the follow-up. Blissey and Metagross, both great picks. Another critical hit that probably doesn't matter too much. Here's a Leech Seed on a Meteor Mash. I think that Celebi is favored in this interaction. Here's Blissey coming in on a substitute. I don't think I see substitute Celebi very often. Here's a Leech Seed on the substitute, and it is 404 HP Celebi, so it will survive the Seismic Toss. And get some nice Leech Seed recovery. Protect from Metagross. That does stall an extra Leech Seed PP. Probably the most important PP in the game, Leech Seed. So another one is lost from the miss and a Meteor Mash Rise. So not good fortune for Vion here. Leech Seed the third time is going to hit. And substitute... another Rise. I think that the Leech Seed was doing enough health regen to help that out, or to make that stalling with the sub viable, but we're going to see Metagross come back in. Here's the Protect on the Leech Seed again. Not worried yet, but only 10 left. Here's the Leech Seed on the Meteor Mash. And it looks like OJR doesn't really have a good, strong answer to the Celebi, who is now going to click Leech Seed again. Gain back so much health from the Blissey. This is interesting. I mean, the Celebi, it seems, is just going to sit here, probably run out of Leech Seed PP against the Blissey. But continue to make some progress every time the Blissey needs to switch out. Baton Pass to Salamence. Down the substitute goes, but it lets Salamence come in fairly safely. Clicks Brick Break, but Suicune is in, and Suicune is an Avengers level threat here with the weird Celebi set. There's no grass move. Leech Seed is really all it's got, and that Ice Beam does a lot. This is a modest Suicune for sure. And actually, Vion was willing to sacrifice off Celebi here, but instead goes to... OJR goes to Metagross. Gyarados is in, and Gyarados does look very strong in this matchup. Interesting. Vion tried to call maybe a switch or something like that. And instead caught another Meteor Mash. Explodes his Metagross. I worry about the ability to kill Blissey here. Especially, yeah, with the Gyarados about to go. Killing Blissey and killing Suicune does not look incredibly viable now. Celebi goes down. And I think that's going to be the game. I don't think that Yeah, Salamence, even if it survived, it would have needed some Rock Slide flinches and some decent luck here to make it work. Did not get it, but definitely close, but yeah. Down, the Salamence went to the Ice Beam, and we are on to Game 2. Tyranitar and Zapdos. I didn't see Zapdos last game. I love that guy. He should be in every game. Alright. This Metagross looks like it's possibly a Choice Band Metagross, especially from the damage on that opposing Metagross and the lack of leftover recovery. Boom as Zapdos comes in. Probably favors Vermilion Gangsta here. Gonna get a Thunderbolt off on the Choice Band Metagross in exchange for Magneton's life. And a switch forced here on the presumably Mix Ments? No, it's a DD Ments. Clicks Hidden Power flying into the Gyarados. Well, maybe that. Yeah. It's DD. All right. Yeah. OJR is using Vion himself against him. Interesting. Mintz is back in on the Claydol. This is sometimes scary if the Claydol decides to explode, but OJR tried to call that out, actually, the switch to Tyranitar. Instead, the Salamence DD'd and is now attacking. The Jirachi is critically hit. This is not good. This is not good. Tried to call out the Earthquake, and Vion wasn't falling for it, and this is, yeah. Interesting swap. I did not expect the swap. We're going to see DD from Tyranitar. We are. I think we're going to see a switch to Claydol or, yeah, Jirachi. But the switch to Jirachi to get the Intimidate again just lets Tyranitar DD again. This is not good for OJR. I DD again. DD again? No? Alright. Jirachi is nearly dead, having done basically nothing. Here's another DD from Tyranitar. OJR going for a Thunderbolt Para. Does not get it on either time. Okay, that is a very, very strong Tyranitar. And I do not think that Gyarados is ever going to be able to stop it here. Also, it didn't have leftovers, so it was going to be Lumberry regardless. Yeah. Flinch on the Snorlax. That's possibly a counter Snorlax. But so that might have mattered, but I mean, yeah. OJR kind of didn't find the right moves in the mid game there against the DD spam that Vion brought. So, are we going to see a third Magneton from Vion? That's what I'm wondering. Here we go into Game 3. Zapdos versus Zapdos. I am very happy to see this. Vion calls out the Toxic with a nice substitute into Baton Pass to Celebi. Big roar from OJR. Into the one Pokemon that does not want to be in on Zapdos. So. Nice double from Vermilion Gangsta. Gets the Spike off. Are we going to see a Taunt or maybe another Spike go down? Actually, another Spike. It's possible that Vion has a Ghost type, but instead just goes to Celebi. Yeah, gets a Leech Seed off on the Skarmory coming in. Hidden Power Fire. Every team that Vion has loaded looks very much like Ferdazi teams, so I'm assuming that maybe Ferdazi has prepped him, but the Skarmory has lost half of its health. We're going to see Sandstream go up, and a big try to go to Zapdos, catch something out, or potentially catch the Skarmory coming back in, but instead has to retreat to Metagross. Big Meteor Mash. That is for sure banded. Yeah, Zapdos is going to be able to come in for free. It is slower than the Celebi, so it's going to take that Psychic, but it looks like it's a Spadef Zapdos. And Celebi is now dead if it ever tries to enter, so it's basically as a Spike Sack. Nice call out from the Aerodactyl on the Jirachi coming in. And nice call out from the Tyranitar on the maybe Zapdos coming in, but instead it's Aero. Skarmory's going to get a spike up here. No. Oh my gosh. They are playing around each other pretty well. Zapdos is going to get a Thunderbolt off on the opposing Zapdos. And it is faster, and it's strong enough. It's going to actually take the Zapdos down. I don't know that OJR planned for that. I think maybe should have sacrificed off the Jirachi instead, but Swampert is going to be the switch in on the opposing Aero. And honestly, looks like it has a quite good matchup in the whole team, as long as it can stay healthy. These two spikes will rack up on damage. OJR does sacrifice off the Jirachi after all, and this is what I mean. If Swampert comes in here, it's going to take quite a bit of damage, but Vion still has a Skarmory for that, and Starmie is back in. I think... Okay, so Celebi was going to be sacked off to get, like, Zapdos in safely. Instead, we have both of the arrows in, and OJR did not stay in. Choice Band Metagross is going to beat down the Skarmory pretty well. Maybe going Starmie on a predicted... Okay. Went Starmie on maybe a predicted Protect, but instead gets the Rapid Spin pretty nicely. Metagross is back in. It's going to let the Spike back up. Yeah, so you got to go back to Starmie now. Do we see Hydro? Yeah, we do. And Zapdos was maybe the misplay there. We're going to see Zapdos go down. But we're going to see Aero come in and threaten it out. I mean, OJR's team is running a little low here now. Big Rock Slide miss. That means that the Skarmory is going to be alive, especially with that Protect. Vion should double here if he's trying to catch the Metagross, but he does not. Now something is going to have to take a big Meteor Mash. Oh, miss. That does let the Skarmory stay alive here, potentially get a second Spike. Instead goes for the Roar. But Skarmory is not going to be able to do anything to Skarmory, so third Spike is going to go down for both, probably. Nope, Vion goes for the Roar. And Starmie is the one Pokemon he did not want to see here. He really wants to pull out that Metagross and get some chip. We'll see. Here's the Hydro Pump. Goodbye, Starmie. And there's a Spike down with an Aero. Goes for the Rock Slide. So this is going to be interesting. If we're going to see like maybe a double from Vion to catch the Metagross coming in. We don't. Both stay. And oh, big flinch. That was probably a Toxic turn. Which definitely could have been stalled out quite a bit. We're going to see the Skarmory go down, and are we going to see a Aerodactyl speed tie situation? I feel like we are. 29%. The Swampert's going to go down. Wow. A tense turn. Starmie's going to come in on the Earthquake. We're going to see a speed tie situation. It's going to be a speed tie situation for Game 3. Oh, no. And Vion wins the speed tie. The Metagross has to survive a Rock Slide. I don't think it does. Yeah. Wow, that was crazy. Kind of both played entirely into that situation. Maybe avoidably so, but yeah. Congratulations to Vion for moving on, and thank you for playing OJR. We look forward to seeing more from you. Thank you everybody for watching as always, and if you have the ability to, please like, subscribe, and join the Revival Tournaments Discord, as well as donate if you are able to. We greatly appreciate it, And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. We will see you next time on another Revival Tournaments Jimvitational commentated set.